Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you like a little chef and restaurant secret to getting some crispy fried chicken without adding any additional oil or flour. You're not going to need an air fryer. You're not going to need any fancy equipment. Guys, this is so easy and delicious. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we go on with the rest of the video, let me tell y'all about today's video sponsor, Factor. Now y'all know we be out here hustling, bustling, living busy, okay? That means sometimes we are not gonna make meals from the scratch. And that's okay, because that's where Factor comes in. They deliver fresh, never frozen meals straight to your doorstep. They are pre-made and they're ready in only 2 minutes, which is perfect for my busy lifestyle. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code Kamira50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Y'all better get into one of my favorites from Factor. It is a turkey chili with some zucchini, and they even threw on some ancho lime crema. Y'all, the flavors in this one is just simmering right in my spirit, okay? It's hitting deep in my shanana. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is good. If you're ready for these restaurant quality meals, don't forget to click the link in the description box and use code Kamira50 for 50% off your first order. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring this video. Now, under normal circumstances for this recipe, you really wouldn't want to wash the chicken because you want the chicken as dry as possible, especially on the skin. However, do y'all see these feathers? I cannot, okay? So I'm gonna do like a little bit of a rinsing. I'm not gonna soak it though, but these feathers have to go. I will leave most of this. I'll take off kind of like the tip, but it's okay that there's excess. You'll see why later. If you clean meat in your sink, honey, you better wash your sink, okay? It's just like any other big stainless steel bowl. This like visceral fat, or what you could say fat between like the muscle of the chicken, you pretty much need to leave that on. Okay, I know some of y'all are like, I just want everything fat free. Baby, your food gonna be nasty, okay? So you need a little fat in there, okay? If people trying to tell you to live totally fat free, okay, get some new people in your life, okay? Find somebody else. Now, if you have something really big, like a huge chunk, you could take it off. But honestly, I'm actually going to leave that because it's going to render down. And you're going to see that it's going to make the chicken taste really good, okay? If you have a film like this on the back, you can take that off. But like, I'm not taking off this piece of fat, okay? Now I am going to begin to prep the chicken. So what I'm going to do is take a knife and I'm going to cut it along each side of the bone. That way the chicken is going to stay flat when we cook it. See how I exposed the bone a little bit? I'm not detaching it, but you just want it to be able to stay really flat as it cooks. Now, these pieces are a little bit already kind of like flat, so they might stay, but I definitely don't want any curling, so I'm going to do this just as a bit of security. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of meat left here, that's going to cook anyway. I am now going to start seasoning my chicken. Many of you guys may not realize, but restaurants do not be putting all that seasoning on there, okay? So we're just going to keep it very simple. I'm going to put salt. Okay, this is a little bit of sea salt. I'm going to add this on the back and the front. Now notice I'm only using one hand to touch the chicken. That is my right hand. That is so that I don't cross-contaminate the other jars and things that I'm going to touch. Next, I'm going to add some white pepper. You do not want to add a bunch of other seasonings because they're just going to fall off the skin and the chicken and burn. Guys, I got a little something special. It's going to up that flavor. Y'all know I be loving some MSG. If you think restaurants don't use a little MSG on your food, they do, honey, and it's going to enhance the flavor. Now, maybe if you at one of them super bougie restaurants, they don't. But honestly, I've heard some chefs talk about how they be using MSG and things that have it in their other flavor enhancers, even in nice restaurants. I have a baking sheet with just a cookie rack on top of it. I'm going to place my chicken pieces on here, skin side up. Then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour. You could do it overnight, but y'all, I'm trying to eat this chicken today, okay? And essentially, I'm going to dry brine this and make sure the skin is extra dry, okay? I just took these chicken thighs out of the fridge. I'm going to let them sit for about 30 minutes so that they can come to room temperature. My cast iron skillet is completely cold. I'm going to place the chicken skin side down. I'm not adding any oil, nothing like that. I am trying to adjust this so that all the skin is in direct contact with the cast iron skillet. It's a little snug in here, but it's okay. I'm gonna now cut this on to like medium heat, about a 5, and I may adjust the temperature again later. As this cooks, you're gonna see that the chicken is gonna start shrinking. This is where I'm going to start pushing this other chicken that was a little bit big. I'm just going to start pushing it down so that it'll have contact with the pan. After about 10 to 11 minutes, you're going to see that quite a bit of fat has rendered from the skin. This is what literally is going to be frying the skin and that chicken. Now, I am not going to flip the chicken until the skin is really crunchy. So even if it looks a little brown, I may just turn the stove down a bit, but I don't want to flip it until I get a nice crunch on it and I can really hear it. I am adding rosemary, but you could also add thyme to flavor the oil. This is going to add a nice level of flavor to the chicken and a little pan gravy that we're going to be making later. Whenever the rosemary starts to get brown, I'm going to take it out because I definitely do not want it to burn in the oil. That's going to start giving your oil a bitter taste. Because I have tons of herbs in my garden and I'm not paying $3 from the store for these herbs, I'm going to go ahead and just add more once I take the old ones out. And I'm going to baste the chicken with this delicious oil as it cooks. The side of my chicken thighs was looking a little pink, okay? You know, I don't want no pink looking meat. So I am literally going to press the sides up against the skillet and let those brown. But the underside that has been in contact with the pan is nice and crispy. I am going to use my tongs to scrape that fond off the bottom. I'm not going to discard it, but I don't want it to burn while there's not anything in the middle of the pan. Then I'm going to baste this chicken with this delicious oil to make sure it is juicy. When your thighs are at least 165, but to be honest, I like my chicken thighs to get about to 180 because that's when that fat really just melts and your chicken is tender. I'm going to take them out and turn the stove down to a medium low. Then I am going to add in about a tablespoon of flour straight into these pan bits. This is what is going to take your chicken to the next level because this pan gravy is going to be delicious. It has all the flavors from the herbs in the chicken. So good. I'm going to add a little bit of hot water until I get as much gravy as I want, a little bit of chicken bouillon, and about 1/4 cup of white dry wine. Let this simmer for about a minute until this gravy gets a little body, okay? And then you can serve this either on the chicken or with some rice and mashed potatoes. Okay, y'all, let's get into this chicken. Do y'all see it? Nice and crispy. I got a little gravy, okay? Ooh, that better be good. That little gravy, it just takes it to like level 1,000. Okay. Let me know if you love this recipe as much as I did. I will see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.